The following is a BATV production, made with the equipment that is available to residents of our cable viewing area. To learn more about television production and the equipment that is available to you, please visit www.mybatv.com.
Hello, and welcome to It's News to Me. I'm your host, Anna Cahill, and today we have the scoop on this week's top world and local news, including highlights from the U.S.'s win against Ghana in Monday's World Cup game and traffic signal reconstruction right here on Randall Road. Iraq formally asked the U.S. yesterday to launch airstrikes against jihadist militants who have captured several cities over the past week. President Obama met with Congress members on Wednesday to discuss the Iraq crisis. However, President Obama believes he doesn't need congressional authority to make decisions regarding the Iraqi crisis. He has stated that he is ready to send up to 300 military advisors to assess how to best train Iraqi security forces. President Obama has assured that American forces will not be returning to combat. The U.S. is under pressure to assist the Iraqi government stave off an invasion toward Baghdad by Sunni fighters. Discussion on possible U.S. steps that could include airstrikes on the Sunni militants are currently being discussed, while Congress still argues that approval is needed before President Obama can officially take action. The FIFA World Cup is in full swing, and the U.S. is off to a great start. Not only did the U.S. pull off a 2-1 victory against Ghana, a team that had knocked the U.S. out of the running the last two World Cups, but they also opened the game by scoring the fifth fastest goal in World Cup history, 29 seconds into the game. A win seemed unlikely for the U.S., as Ghana had dominated the second half of the game. However, the U.S. maintained a level of organization that allowed them to keep Ghana from pulling too far ahead and mounted an offensive that allowed them to score the winning goal of the game by John Brooks. The U.S. is scheduled to play Portugal this Sunday, the 22nd at 5 p.m. And now over to Bill McGrath with the Municipal Minute.
Hi, I'm Bill McGrath, the City Administrator, and this is the June 20th edition of the Municipal Minute from BATV. There's a lot going on this summer. Most importantly is the start of construction on our Safe Routes to School projects. These are projects funded through the federal government, and it's to enable our kids to get to the schools more safely. This summer you'll see projects at Gustafson School, H.C. Storm, and Rotolo Middle School. These projects should be done by the end of July. Another project, which is at Hart Road and the Batavia Creek, will be done by the end of October due to the fabrication time necessary for a pedestrian bridge. These are great projects, and it's great that our engineering department has gotten these grants from the federal government to enable us to do this. By the time you see this, the patching should be done on Houston Street. If you recall, we've been doing replacing a water main and upsizing water main in that area for fire protection. And we appreciate all the patience that our businesses and citizens and shoppers have shown, because there's been times when it's been hard to navigate your way through the street. And over the last couple of weeks, there's been a lot of gravel out there as they try to finish up. But it should all be done by now, and I think it will put us way ahead of schedule when we go to accomplish the streetscape improvements to Houston Street next summer. Our Batavia Main Street is complemented by having a number of Illinois Main Street directors travel here from their annual meeting in Elgin to see what we've been doing with our downtown and to hear about some of the things happening here, particularly the formation of, financing of, and the operation of Water Street Studios, which is a model that has gotten a lot of press in Illinois, and we should be very proud of this. You know, this time of year, the landscaping is starting to really come in. We've had to replace a couple of trees on River Street, and frankly, I think the landscaping recently put in on River and Wilson Street will take a couple of years to mature, but already it looks quite beautiful, and I think that the streetscape plan has been very successful from the comments we're receiving. Next year, the City Council has decided that they will move on to complete Houston Street, and we're all very excited about that. And further, we'd like you to remember to consider dining downtown. Many of the restaurants here have been honing their menus, and they have lots of crowds on the weekend. So that means that the food is good. So come on down here, walk the Riverwalk, or bike down with your family, whatever you'd like to do.
Turning our attention to local news, Geneva mourns the death of City of Geneva Electric Superintendent Mike Buffington. Buffington was on his way home June 12th around 9 p.m. after a work-related trip when his Ford Taurus apparently rolled through a stop sign at the top of an exit ramp from Interstate 88 to Route 47. The Taurus was hit by a Chevy Trailblazer that was being driven by a 46-year-old woman. The woman and her two sons, ages 12 and 14, were all treated for minor injuries at Delnor Hospital. Unfortunately, Buffington did not survive the crash. He has been described as friendly and always willing to teach others about electricity. City Administrator Mary McKittrick stated, "We are fortunate to have known and worked with Mike, and Geneva is a better place because of him." Our condolences to Mike's friends and family. A local Batavia-based group is helping to spread the gift of hope with Flight. Susan Werlein, a hospice care consultant and the founder of Flying for Hope, provides free airline tickets to people facing financial hardship in order for them to spend time with family members in their final moments of life. Werlein began the nonprofit organization, which relies on monetary donations and frequent flyer miles through its website, by investing her own money and recruiting her husband and mother as treasurer and secretary. Werlein says she believes God is working through her to help others by providing transportation for those who cannot otherwise afford it. She also plans on being able to assist with car rentals or hotel accommodations in addition to airline tickets as well. Werlein says the mission of Flying for Hope is simple. If you cannot give people hope, what is the point of life? And now we head over to Claire Jacoby for more news and a word from the Batavia Park District.
Thanks, Anna. In other local news, Randall Road intersections are getting a traffic safety revamp. A total of 11 intersections are currently in the works to receive yellow left turn arrows to convey a cautionary left turn to drivers. The left turn arrows would replace the green circle lights in left turn lanes. These flashing left turn arrows have been successful in reducing the number of fatalities and accidents with injuries throughout the country, and Kane County will be among the first in Illinois to install them. The project will use part of the $4.8 million in Federal Highway System Improvement Program funds to pay for the signal installation. The project will begin this fall and be completed by early 2015. In world news, the U.S. military has begun investigating the reasons behind why Sergeant Bo Bergdahl had left his post in Afghanistan in 2009. Major General Kenneth Dahl is set to lead the investigation and is to begin questioning Sergeant Bergdahl about his disappearance from the U.S. base located in Paktika province. Sergeant Bergdahl left his post without authorization and was later captured by the Taliban. Officials have yet to determine if his original intent was to desert. The Defense Department has stated that Major General Dahl will be allowed to access evidence gathered in 2009 after Sergeant Bergdahl was captured. However, no interviews are allowed to be conducted while Sergeant Bergdahl is in the process of reintegration. Major General Joseph DeSalvo was quoted saying, "Sergeant Bergdahl looked good as he returned to Texas." Here are your Park District news sent to us from the desk of Brittany Kovac. This Windmill City Fest, the Batavia Parks Foundation is hosting a bags tournament. On Saturday, July 12th at 6 p.m., the Toss for a Cause bags tournament will be held for participants ages 14 and older. Two-person teams will play a minimum of 3 games, and cash prizes will go out to the top 2 teams. Register by calling 630-879-5235. In other park news, the Batavia Quilt and Textile Show will be held on July 18th through the 20th at the Eastside Community Center. The Quilt and Textile Show is being presented by the Batavia Depot Museum and sponsored by Prairie Shop Quilts. There will be over 150 quilts on display, raffles, a special Route 66 exhibit, and a variety of quilt technique demonstrations. General admission is $6. Admissions for seniors is $5. Children ages 10 and under are free. Back to you, Anna.
Thanks, Claire. And thank you to our viewers for tuning in to this episode of It's News to Me. Our programming is viewable online at mybatv.com. Stay connected with us on Facebook and be sure to subscribe to us on YouTube. On behalf of Claire Jacoby and myself, thanks for watching. I'm Anna Cahill, and that's News to Me.
Hey, that's news to me.